I fucking hate doing intros. So we have recently completed Dark Matter about 3 or 4 days ago, and I want to go over some of my thoughts on Black Ops 6. These are in no particular order. We're going to do some pros and cons, some nitpicks, and it's going to be kind of all over the place. Let's get into it. So pros, right off the bat, I have movement. The movement's great in this game. I like mostly everything about it. You do have to change a lot of settings to get the movement like where you want it, such as like if you want sprint always on as whenever you push the direction and all that. I don't know. There's a lot of settings you have to change to get it to how you like it. But other than that, I do like the movement. It's a little bit more floaty than Modern Warfare 3 was, but it's still good. Ninja as a perk, I love that. I love that they added Ninja as a perk again. That's great. It makes it to where, it's less campy gameplay than the Modern Warfare series has been. Score streaks instead of kill streaks is good. Same thing. It incentivizes people to move instead of just camp, although there are still a ton of campers. This one's a little weird. So, best play. I'm really happy they added best play back, except it's not in search. They kept final kill cam in search. Now, obviously, that's for like trick shotters and shit, which is fucking dumb in my opinion. I'm really glad they added best play. However, to not have best play in search is kind of it's weird. I wish they would just it's just weird. I wish they would add best play for search too. There's not 1,000 different attachments for every category in the game. Granted, there's a ton of sights and optics in this game, but for every other category, such as like, the rear grips, the stocks, all that, there's not thousands of different unnecessary attachments, which is so nice when building a loadout. It's so nice. Maps. Okay, we'll talk about some maps. Some of the maps are shit. Some of the maps are good, but some of the maps, it kind of depends on what game mode you're playing. Red card, pretty shit. But for search, it's not too bad. And same goes with like rewind. Actually, you know what? Rewind's kind of shit for both. I hate how that map flows. That map is just ass in every way. Running through it, just everything. It's definitely better to play. I enjoy it more playing search on that map than playing like domination or any other objective game mode like that. Respawn game mode. Search is okay, but it's still just an awful map. The flow of that map, the I don't know. It's just so bad. Other than that, some of the maps are pretty good. You got Skyline. I like Protocol. And they all are so much better for search. Like Protocol is just a good map for search and dominate. I'm just trying to think like Skyline, Protocol. Oh, Subsonic's a good map. It's kind of weird for search. Very open, very small for search. A lot of them are actually almost too small for search, just because of the tack sprint and the omni movement. It just makes the maps, you engage right off the bat. And for search, it's kind of a weird. I don't know. It's weird gameplay for some of the maps just because of how small they are. I'm not gonna go over every map. We know what the good maps and bad maps are. I just wanted to say like some of them are actually okay for search, whereas they're just awful for respawn game modes. What else? We got operators. The operators they're coming out with are sick. I know it's part of the store and whatever. Operators are cool. I mean, the design of some of these are just fucking crazy nowadays. Over the top for sure, but I think they're pretty cool. I wish they would, dude, Call of Duty, I wish they would give us operators with like cool gloves. Like I get having an operator and thinking it's cool, but like I'm playing a first person shooter. If I'm going to buy something cosmetic for my character, I want to see it. Now, obviously they have blueprints, but why not give us like gloves? Give us like different watches. Give us, I don't know, different colored gloves and shit is my main thing. I want an operator with white or red gloves. Now, I know there's some that do that and you have to look for them, but I never understood why why like people would buy a whole ass operator for the looks when you never even get to see it. Like, the only reason I've ever bought an operator in the past is because it came with, like, white gloves or red gloves or just something that I can see while I'm playing the game. Pretty cool. I really like the art design. Black Ops 6 is killing it in that. The microtransactions and all that. Oh, on to the next one. When you're planting or defusing the bomb in Search and Destroy. And this is huge. Modern Warfare 3, this fucking sucked for search. But when you would go to plant, especially defuse the bomb, I mean, depending on what side you're on, obviously, and you die, it would save where you ended the defusal. So if you were, you know, half a tick away from defusing the bomb and the enemy kills you, or I kill an enemy that was defusing my bomb, and they were half a tick away, and they have somebody else, and all they have to do is come up and just touch the bomb, and it's defused. That was so bad. That was such bad design for search. In Black Ops 6, they took that out. You actually have to fully defuse the bomb. If you kill somebody who's defusing the bomb, it doesn't have a save point in the defusal time. It's so nice. I just wanted to throw that out there. That is such a nice thing that they did by taking that out. Another pro. This has probably been the most fun camo grind I've had since, I'm going to say Cold War, but I honestly didn't finish Cold War because once they buffed, what was it, Flak Jacket in Cold War, it was fucking impossible to do the launchers. But I've done all the camos in Modern Warfare 19, Modern Warfare 2. I did almost all of them in Vanguard, but I quit. That game sucked. And then I did all of them in Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 6 has been the most fun camo grind I think I've ever had in a Call of Duty. And that's including the 5 score streak kills with the HE rocket launcher. That took me all day. That was an all day thing. That was an all day challenge I did. And even with that said, even the new guns, this has probably been the most fun camo grind I've ever had. Now let me think. I'm trying to think of if there's anything I'm missing here as far as pros go. No, I can't think of anything. We'll move on to the cons. Like I said, if I think of anything in between, it'll just it's gonna be a mess, but I just want to get my thoughts out there. So cons: Scout. Take it out of the fucking game. It ruins every aspect of Call of Duty. I fucking hate this perk. There's no sneaking up on people. Forces you to play with Scout because it's just the best pick overall. And I'm not even saying it's the best pick because of the wall hacks you get, right? Dude, when there is somebody out of your line of sight and your screen just glows that they're there, is fucking crazy. Like, they don't even have to be aiming at you like they would in previous iterations of Scout, in previous titles. Previously, they would have to, like, aim at you and your screen would glow, and that's fine, whatever. I still think it sucked, but now they just have to be out of your line of vision, and your screen just glows and tells you where they're at. Dude, it is the worst thing in the game, especially when you add like something like, you know, having the meat shield, taking somebody hostage. There's no sneaking up on people anymore at all, ever. It just takes Scout out of the game. It ruins search. Everybody in Search and Destroy runs Scout. You're not sneaking up on anybody. You're fucking coming up behind somebody and you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna get an easy kill. No, they fucking whip a 180 and they know you're there. Dude. And like I said, anybody who doesn't use it, you're just at a complete disadvantage. It makes people feel like you have to use Scout, and it's just ass. I don't know. Warzone. Black Ops 6 with the Warzone integration. I don't know why I have this second, but it runs like ass. Now, I will say I turned off audio, voice chat, and I was getting an extra, like, I think that gave me an extra like 20 or 30 frames, which was nice. And it ran pretty good after that. But if you have that on and you want to talk to your teammates or whatever it is in game, if you're running with randos and you have to have voice chat on, dude, that is Warzone runs like shit. And I'm not on like a bad computer. I mean, I've played Warzone in the past and it's ran fine. I have a 2080 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 10900K CPU. My computer should run Warzone just fine. Like I said, once I turned off voice chat, it was good. It ran way better. But if you want to talk at all, it's just Warzone runs like ass. I did have fun playing. I'm a hardcore player, so like Warzone's whatever. But yeah, it just did not feel good to drop in and get. I was getting like 60 frames, but it wasn't like a good 60 frames. It felt more like 40 frames when I had 60. It was a bad 60 frames. Ranked mode. I've only played ranked mode like 3 or 4 times. I did run into a cheater once. However, I hear like on X and YouTube that ranked is just filled with cheaters. I've seen clip after clip of cheaters, which doesn't surprise me. There's a shitload of people playing. And if a game's popular, there's going to be a ton of cheaters. No matter if, I mean, people say the anti-cheat is bad and whatever, and it may be. But it doesn't matter how good of an anti-cheat you have. If you have a game that this popular, there's going to be cheaters everywhere. There's no stopping it. That's all I really have to say about ranked play. I don't really do much ranked, so I don't know. Toggle muting players. This is a weird one, and this is more nitpicky than anything. Like, I know you can hit F9. I don't know what it is on console to mute or leave the game chat channel. But like, you can't just tab and right click a player anymore just to mute them, or left click, whatever it was. It was tab, you go over the player, you click them, and it mutes. Like, now you have to, there's like an extra step. You have to right click, pull up a menu, and then mute. I don't know. It's just I just don't understand. Like, I know there's other options in there, but it's so irritating when I just want to mute one person. Like, fast anyways. Maybe they're saying some dumb shit for stream, or maybe they're saying, well, just some shit I don't want to hear, and I just can't mute them fast. Oh, here's one, and I'm going to actually show you guys this. So the way that this is set up is when you sprint right here, it's like when I sprint into something, it like cancels my sprint. It doesn't do this in any other Call of Duty. Like, I'm still holding shift and it just cancels my sprint. Now, I know there's a setting I can have on to where, you know, if I press W, it'll automatically sprint for me. I hate that. I do not like that because I like to walk around corners. I don't like this when I'm trying to walk. Like, I don't have my gun up. So, like, when I sprint and I accidentally clip something, which doesn't happen often, except for doors. But when I sprint and I accidentally clip a wall and I stop sprinting, I hate that, bro. Again, it's a nitpicky thing, but I just can't stand that. And it just stops my sprint. And it's the most aggravating thing when I'm like chasing somebody or whatever and I accidentally clip a wall and it just stops me. So that's another nitpicky thing. I know it's stupid, but I can't stand that. Another thing about the movement, like I mentioned earlier, there's all of the different movement settings, man. You have to literally change so many settings. Just now, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, whatever, but you have to change so much settings just to get the movement how you like it. Like, I had to change a setting to where I don't know, I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but I don't want to sprint when I hit W, whereas it would sprint when you just automatically hit W. Or, you know, with the Omni movement, you know, like, you know, what is it? A and D as well. WAS and D. It's just like, I don't want to sprint like just hitting the button. I have tack sprint on hold, but I had it changed to a different setting for a while. I don't know. There's just a lot of settings. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head. There's just a lot of settings to fine tune to how you like to get the movement where you want it. What's some other things here? I talked about Scout. Oh, I have a conspiracy about SBMM, and this is the worst I've felt it in any Call of Duty. If it was actually SBMM, skill-based matchmaking, that does not bother me like it bothers everybody else. Everybody else wants to get on and just fucking destroy a lobby full of bots. I don't care about that. I don't mind having a challenge, and I don't mind sweating, because it doesn't matter if I have bots on my team or not. I am trying my hardest in every single match. I'm not going into a game expecting to just shit on people, because normally when I do, it's kind of a boring game. I don't understand the argument behind that. Maybe that's a whole different topic. I don't know. I don't have a problem with skill-based matchmaking. What I do have a problem with is I believe there's like retention-based matchmaking. So they do everything in their power to keep people playing as long as they can, which is the exact opposite of skill-based. I don't believe there is such a thing. But my theory is like you get like hard nerfed. I've seen some other people say this, but like if I do good, like 2 games in a row, by that 3rd game, I am getting shot before I see people. People see me 100% before I ever see them, and I'll have like 40 ping, which isn't terrible. I've had like 25 ping before in games, and I feel like even in hardcore, I feel like people are seeing me before I ever see them. And as a matter of fact, I know this is true. I have a clip of it. I'll play it. It is hardcore. That's what I like to play. I like to play hardcore. But it doesn't matter. This guy kills me before he's on my screen, and he does not get a wallbang. There's no wallbang kill in it. And you'll see that in the clip I'm about to show you. So yeah, and I have a huge conspiracy that there's like skill or matchmake damage. Like you can get buffed or nerfed on damage, ping, desync, all this. And it's most, you know, I've noticed it most in Black Ops 6. And it's crazy. I don't even know. It's weird. It's such a weird thing to say, and I know it's weird to say, but it's just a conspiracy I have to keep people playing. You do good, you know, you got to let the other players do good against you, whatever it may be, bro. Sometimes, you know, I can tell the players, some of the players on the other team are just not that good, but the way the game makes it feel like they're just gods. They see me before I'll ever see them. And it's a weird feeling. I don't know. I don't like it. Corner slicing. This doesn't actually do anything. The lean around a corner, it does not actually do anything. I think it's, I don't know. It's weird. Because, like, I tested this. Your character doesn't actually, like, lean out. I like it on because it just kind of feels okay. But I don't know. I go back and forth. I turn it on. I turn it off. I'm leaning more of it turned off, though. Just because it's just less movement on my screen. As everybody knows, dude, the amount of screen shake with nades and shit in this game is fucking crazy too. And just having more movement with my screen when I'm aiming at something, I don't like it. That's all I can really think of right now. That's all I really want to talk about. I'm sure I missed some things. I'm sure I forgot to mention some things. I only wrote a few things down. If there's anything else you guys can think of, or even if you disagree with anything or agree, I would like to have a conversation about this in the comments. I would like to know what you guys think about, you know, Black Ops 6 as a whole, no matter how far you are. You know, if you've only played an hour or two, or you've played hundreds of hours already, I want to know what your thoughts are on this game. I do read every comment. Like, that is my favorite thing to do after uploading a video, is I'll just stare at my comment section or my bell, waiting for a notification to see who says what. I really do try to read and read every comment out there. I'm just sitting there. It's like a mini game after I upload the video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Call of Duty. This is my thoughts so far. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Yeah, this is my thoughts. I am enjoying this game quite a bit. I'm not playing it as much now that my camos are done. I'm just kind of, you know, playing Search and Destroy now. Hardcore Search and Destroy is what I like to play. It's what I've always liked to play. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not like, you know, I'm not playing every waking moment now, now that my camos are done. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's have a conversation about this, and I'll see you whenever I upload again.